Namaste and welcome to this edition of The Nation at 5. I'm Anand Narasimhan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Monday crackdown and Tuesday confession because what we have is a mega CNN News 18 exclusive investigation and a gangster terror tape. A dreaded gangster on camera speaking with Anvit Srivastava and laying out bare the modus operandi of these gangs. They do not operate from their own headquarters or their dens or their guards in remote areas of northern parts of India. They rather operate from the most secure and safest places of the world in India, that is the jails in Delhi NCR region, ladies and gentlemen. They choose this place. Why do they do so? How is it that they have been able to organize themselves? And where are they gathering and raising their funds, their money? Through satta, through liquor vents, through drugs, and of course, ferrying off contraband and explosives. The government has said, let us look at these gangs with the same prism, with the same scope that identifies those involved in terror activities, because these gangs are helping, aiding, abetting terror operations. And that is also happening because there could be the involvement of a foreign hand. This CNN News 18 mega exclusive is our continued investigation into the gangster nexus, not just inside our prisons, but how they are connected in the north of India. It was all triggered and it came to the fore with Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldie Barar sitting inside jail and also outside the country in Canada and plotting the murder of Sidhu Moosewala. Now this scoop on how gangsters gather funds, how satta rackets, illegal liquor, drug rackets are used to generate funds which help them buy weapons which are far beyond the desi katta and tamanchas. They have Glocks, they've got revolvers, Mausers, rocket launchers. They also have RDX. Jails have now become safe havens. These gangsters are pulling strings from inside jails, the most secure jails of the country. The Delhi Police Special Cell Commissioner H.S. Dhaliwal, while speaking with CNN News 18 on this investigation, has admitted that in the last few months, his team has worked really hard and proactively to catch all these gangsters and put them behind bars. But therein, his responsibility ends and the responsibility of the jail superintendents, those who are going to manage, secure, and of course, govern our prisons, their responsibility begins. And these gangsters, perhaps they want to get caught and they want to be inside these jails. We'll dwell on that. But H.S. Dhaliwal also not ruling out a foreign hand, adding that gangsters have been receiving money from abroad for years. Have a look at one portion, one part of the CNN News 18 special investigation report. Tihar Jail, South Asia's biggest prison and one of the safest jails in India. It's also the headquarters of Delhi's biggest gangsters and a base for carrying out their crimes. Case in point being the recent killing of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala, which was reportedly plotted inside this very jail by Lawrence Bishnoi.
Jail is a very safe place to operate from. I mean, you can operate from there and no other member of any other gang can touch you there.
When the jail staff gets compromised, the system can always be beaten.
But from behind the four walls of Tihar, the criminals continue to unleash mayhem in the capital. Gang wars in Delhi go back to the late 80s. It all started over a land dispute between Kishan Pahalwan of Dichhaun Kala village and two brothers, Anup and Balraj of Mitraon village. The feud between the two families claimed several lives.
Initially, the gang war took place over a disputed property, but these gangs now they became criminal in nature and they started going into extortions, then interfering in disputed properties, and then in landlord-tenant disputes, and subsequently and in extortions, and then kidnapping for ransoms. So that is why, and then it became a totally a criminal enterprise.
Over the years, the gangs got smaller. Many were either shot dead by rivals or eliminated in police encounters. Some went to jail for life. Others decided to retire from a life of crime. At present, two main groups exist: the Neeraj Bhavania and Tillu Tajpuria gang, and the Lawrence Bishnoi and Kala Jathedi gang. Delhi's most infamous gangster, Jitendra Gogi, was gunned down right in the middle of a Delhi court.
If you want to see things from the Delhi's perspective, of late there have been two gangs which have been active. One is of course Jitendra Gogi, who is no more, and its rival group is the Tillu's gang. Then subsequently Lawrence Bishnoi became part of this gang. Sandeep Kala Jathedi became part of this gang. On the rival side, if you see, then of course Tillu gang has been active, and from Neeraj Bhavana and Sunil Rathi and Kaushal gangs, etc., they have also joined this group only.
The gangs have become more organized now, running water mafias, controlling toll plazas in the NCR, collecting money from illegal clubs and dance bars. What used to be extortion is now protection money.
Over a decade ago, gangsters in Delhi were divided over issues of collecting money from tender mafias, over contracts of liquor, cable and water, and over disputed properties, and collecting money from satta mafias. Today, as the game has turned nastier, money comes in through extortion in the name of protection money, even on water contracts in some of Delhi's colonies, and mostly from controlling tolls and disputed properties.
They also have legal representation, a battery of lawyers who defend them in court. Regardless of how heinous the crime is, their counsels exploit loopholes in the law to get their clients acquitted.
Even if he is not a gangster, I am telling you what has happened in this kind of cases. Mostly there is major lacuna because one person is arrested and maximum person was arrested on the basis of disclosure statement made by that one person. Though that disclosure statement is not having any evidentiary value before the court, as per the provisions of Indian Evidence Act, as a lawyer we are supposed to dent the case of prosecution. And it's a settled principle that benefit of doubt should always be given to the accused. So we are there to dent the prosecution story.
Their weapon of choice is also more modern and sleek. Semi-automatic .32 caliber pistols, Turkish and Brazil-made guns and Glocks have replaced the double barrels, shotguns and country-made pistols. But what's more worrying is that some of these weapons are coming from across the border, and even funding for their gangs is traced to foreign lands.
Linkages between gangs is a very common phenomenon that happens. We are living in an age of technology. All you have to do is make a call. Money gets transferred electronically.
Even as the Delhi police have busted time and again multiple gun suppliers in Delhi who had been supplying illegal arms and ammunition to the gangsters who operate from Delhi, what has caught Delhi police's attention of late are the guns coming in from Pakistan. Recently, we saw in Sidhu Moosewala's case that some of the weapons that were used, police said, were Pakistan-made. And Lawrence Bishnoi, who is said to be in the center of this murder conspiracy, is said to have close links with Delhi's slain gangster Jitendra Gogi and Kala Jathedi. In fact, funds coming in from Australia, Canada and Pakistan are also on Delhi police's radar. Only in time to come, we'll see if any specified crackdown is done on the two foreign supplies. With video journalist Vikas Rawat and Rahul Malhotra, this is Anvish Shrivastava for CNN News 18 in the special report.
So you saw the special report, ladies and gentlemen. And based on these developments and the information that the police had got, there was a crackdown across more than 30 locations. And a lot of information was unearthed. There were a lot of people rounded up because the center, the government now under the Home Minister Amit Shah very clearly wants to crack down on these gangs. But on the Monday crackdown, we bring to you a Tuesday confession. Anvit has spoken to one such dreaded criminal inside a prison, and he sits there and makes shocking revelations of how prisons are becoming operation centers for these gangsters. They're actually very comfortable sitting in this prison because it is posing a major threat to our internal security and, of course, national security, ladies and gentlemen. The revelations are startling. It took a lot of convincing and cajoling and to ensure that the criminal would sit there and spill the beans. It's taken a lot of effort. Do watch and listen carefully.
अच्छा, अगर जेल की बात करें तो जितने भी बड़े नाम हैं आजकल, जो बड़े नाम हो गए हैं पिछले कुछ सालों में, सारे अभी जेल में हैं. तो क्या जेल प्रिफर करते हैं ये जो गैंगस्टर्स हैं बड़े बड़े कि वहाँ चले जाएं, वहाँ से काम करें, वहाँ से एक्सटॉर्शन रिंग चलाएं या वहाँ से काम करें? जेल क्यों एक सेंटर बन गया है?
जेल भी इसलिए है क्योंकि वहाँ हर चीज की फैसिलिटी होती है. जैसे आपको फोन चाहिए तो फोन मिल जाता है, 40-50 हजार रुपए में एक फोन मिल जाता है. वो भी जेल प्रशासन के मिलीभगत से अंदर चला जाता है. तो उस फोन के जरिए वो अपना सारा नेटवर्क कोऑपरेट करते हैं, वहीं से अंदर से सारा नेटवर्क वहीं से चलाते हैं. जैसे कोई भी वाई करनी हो या किसी को धमकी देना हो या किसी को फ्रॉड देनी हो, जितने भी गैंग्स हैं सबके बाहर है ऑपरेटर जितने भी हैं, तो वो सारे बाहर से देख रेख करके अंदर खबर देते हैं, अंदर से फिर वो कॉल करते हैं धमकी
ये भी वजह है कि जेल को सेफ मानते हैं, बाहर रहेंगे तो या तो आपस में लड़ाई
सेफ मानते हैं क्योंकि बाहर की पुलिस प्रशासन एनकाउंटर कर देगी या मार देगी, तो इसलिए बाहर इनको डर रहता है. तो अंदर ये इसलिए सेफ है क्योंकि अंदर हर चीज की सुविधा मिलती है, हर चीज की सुरक्षा मिलती है इनको. अंदर से मतलब सेफ चला सकते हैं अपना नेटवर्क, इसलिए सुरक्षित जेल को माना जाता है कि वहाँ जो खतरा नहीं होता बड़े बड़े गैंगस्टर में जितने भी, क्योंकि वहाँ पैसे से सब कुछ होता है.
तो कैसे, जैसे मान लीजिए मैं जेल में हूँ, मैंने अपने किसी आदमी को फ़ोन किया, तो हमें जिसको एक्सटॉर्शन करना है उस तक फिर वो कैसे पहुँचेंगे?
अंदर उनका पहले रेकी करी जाती है, उनके ऑफिस पे जहाँ बैठते हैं किसी तरह उनका नंबर निकाला जाता है, फिर उन पर फोन किया जाता है, फिर उनको धमकियां मिलती हैं कि इतने पैसे चाहिए नहीं तो तेरे को मार दिया, और मार दिए भी जाते, नहीं देते वैसे ही मार देते हैं. अच्छा. बहुत सारे लोग मरे भी हैं, आए दिन न्यूज में देखा होगा आपने कि फिरौती ना दे तो धमकी पे मार दिया, तो ऐसे होता है.
तो ये जो लोग जिनको आप लोग अंदर से फ़ोन करते हैं कि आपको करना है, अगर फिरौती के पैसे नहीं आए तो आपको मारनी है गोली या आपको गोली चलानी है, कई बार होता है कि खाली दुकान पे या घर पे गोली चलवा देते हैं, या कई बार किसी आदमी को भी अगर मरवाना होता है तो मरवाते हैं. तो क्या ये जो शूटर्स हैं जो बाहर हैं जेल के, क्या ये बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल हैं और कितने पैसों के लिए लोग मान जाते हैं काम करने के लिए?
पैसे के लिए यही है कि वही किसी को 50,000 रुपये में मान जाता है, कोई 1 लाख रुपये मान जाता है, वही उनका शौक मौज पूरे हो जाते हैं. जैसे कि किसी का नशे का शौक है, किसी को अच्छे कपड़े लत्ते पहनने का शौक है, तो वो अपने शौक के लिए वो 1,50,000 जो भी है उतने अपने शौक मौज के पैसे के लिए वो चला देते हैं कहीं भी गोली.
अच्छा, क्या ये सच है कि कई बार पुलिस से या लोकल पॉलिटिशियन से शेयर मिलती है काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो बड़े नाम है गैंगस्टर्स को, क्योंकि वो दोनों ही एक दूसरे को इस्तेमाल करते हैं, और किस तरह से?
बाहर का तो पता नहीं, अंदर जेल का तो ये है कि पैसे से पूरी सह मिल जाती है, प्रशासन पूरी सह देता है पैसे से. अच्छा. अंदर जेल प्रशासन होता है जो. अच्छा. बाहर का भी देता है, बाहर का भी लोकल पॉलिटिक्स मिलकर काम करते हैं बहुत सारे गैंगस्टर जो भी हैं, तो इसमें मिली भगत होती, बाहर भी होती है थोड़ी बहुत.
तो जैसे जेल प्रशासन की आपने बात की, तो इसमें जेल प्रशासन का क्या लालच रहता है?
जेल प्रशासन का तो यही लालच है, जैसे मान लो एक सैमसंग का फोन है टच, बाहर मिल रहा है 15,000 रुपये में, वो अंदर लेके दे रहे हैं उसको, जो मंगा रहा है वो फोन खरीद के भी देगा, और अंदर ले जाने को उस फोन को 50,000 रुपये लेते हैं ऊपर से बस सिर्फ अंदर ले जाने के लिए. अच्छा. गैंगस्टरों को हाथ में देने के लिए 50-60 हजार रुपये तक ले लेते हैं. अच्छा.
So what are the big takeaways of the gangster territory? This is just one part of the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We have focused on the jails, what happens in the jails. So these gangsters now believe the jails are a safe haven. For gangsters, jail is the best place to be because यहाँ सब मिल जाता है, सारी facility मिल जाती है, like you heard that criminal say, with easy access to conveniences for a short premium or a small premium. Those who can cough up big monies, well, there are far greater facilities that are provided to them. That's what the claims are. Meanwhile, arms, phones, etc. very easily available. Jailed gangsters in close touch with henchmen outside. Killers outside jail often coordinate with netas. Jail gangsters pay big money for amenities, and of course, many officers, that's why, cooperate. Lalach buri bala hai, they say, but here they're saying that minimum even 30,000-40,000 rupees just for some indulgences. They are ready to give up the security, compromise the security of the country. Look at what's happening. You're just giving that person a phone. Ek phone hi to diya, what's the big deal? They may turn around and ask, but look at the damage they can cause because of that one mobile phone. Run their entire operation from that mobile phone. Speak on encrypted platforms and plot murders, extortion, drug rackets. So much. Let's go across to Anvit, who's joining us now. Anvit, now, fantastic investigation, lots of details. Did some of the information that the criminal shared, the gangster shared, surprise you?
Yeah, definitely, Anand. See, even though this has been an open secret that phones are being operated by these gangsters from inside the jail, but the kind of rates he has revealed, that a phone that costs around 5 to 10,000 or maybe 10 to 15,000, it goes inside the jail, and these jail administration staff, who are in connivance with these gangsters, they are paid 50 to 60,000 just for passing in one phone. And he also told, he did not speak it on camera, but for an iPhone, the price is double. It's around 1 lakh, and these are kind of revelations which he said. And when he says that jail administration puri sheh deta hai, or he says mili bhagat, this actually means that whenever they have to make whatever businesses these gangsters are running, be it extortion, be it protection money, collecting money from toll, collecting money for clubs or any such place, they are making all these calls from inside the jail. Time and again, cases have also come to fore, like Sidhu Moosewala's death took place. Yeah. Lawrence Bishnoi at that time was in Tihar jail, and he was in continuous touch with Goldie Brar, who is believed to be in Canada. This is what the Special Cell's investigation has revealed. When Sukesh Chandrasekhar's scam came to surface, 215 crore rupees that he collected from Aditi Singh, he was lodged in Rohini jail. So all these big scams that have come to surface, all these things were orchestrated from inside the jail, be it Tihar, Rohini or Mandoli jail. These are the three prison complexes that Delhi has, but Tihar is said to be the headquarters of crime, the den of gangsters, because all the big names, be it Neeraj Bhavania, be it Tilu Tajpuria, who is known to have got Jitendra Gogi, Delhi's one of most wanted gangsters, killed in a full courtroom full of people last year, be it Lawrence Bishnoi or Kala Jathedi, all these people are in Delhi's prisons, and they are in Tihar jail right now. And they are running the show very much from inside the jail. When we tried to speak to jail officials, they did not want to speak to us because obviously they had no answers to us. We have tried to, we spoke to some former cops as well, former Delhi commissioners, former DG president. They have told that this is some practice that has been going on for years. Now, jail administration never comes under radar. Only the gangsters are accused. But is it not that it is only happening because of the connivance of the jail administration?
No, but the point is, you talked about Tihar. Tihar is one of India's safest jails, secure prisons. That's what it is, because there is a three-layer security. There is the Tamil Nadu police involved, there is the Delhi police involved, and of course there is the prison authorities. Now, somebody should red flag it, right? It's not that, or is it that everybody gets a cut at all levels? When the recent crackdown happened, what was found? Did everybody know what is going on, and did they allow it at a price? Is there a rate card doing the rounds there?
And in fact, not just this, ITBP also does, take part in the security, and so does the CRPF. But when you talk about those agencies who are working inside, like Tamil Nadu Security Police Force and the jail administration, who are the Delhi government officials, and then the Delhi police. So most corrupt, what we have learned from the obviously the cops who have handled prisons or former DG prisons, they have said the most corrupt turn out to be those who are from the Delhi government, because they are going inside. All these superintendents, all these wardens and supervisors, whoever are there in jail, they are the people who are most into, they're most connived with these gangsters, and they are the ones who have been taking phones inside, drugs inside, money inside, and they have been caught time and again. Special Cell, like Dhaliwal, Mr. Dhaliwal, when he spoke to us, he also said that Special Cell has done time and again operations inside jail, and they have recovered cell phones, drugs, money, and all kinds of things, all kinds of prohibited things from jail. So this is all because of the connivance, but we need to put more pressure on this staff they need to continuously change the staff. After Sukesh, action was taken. At least 7 of the jail officials were arrested, and 11 of them are currently facing departmental inquiry. But still, these things are going on. After Sukesh, Sidhu Moosewala comes to surface.
Correct.
And
But you spoke to former commissioners, you spoke to the current serving officers also, like Mr. H.G.S. Daliwal. Is there an opinion which says that all those who supply anything to these gangsters should be tried in the same way as these gangsters? Because they are also instrumental in aiding, abetting, facilitating the crime that they are committing. So the person who got Lawrence Bishnoi the mobile phone should also be indicted for the murder of Sidhu Moosewala.
Very correct. That is how it should happen, because when Lawrence Bishnoi was slapped with UAPA, so was Goldie Brar, who is not even in India, but just for providing logistics. So when these gangsters who are in jail, when they are being accused of plotting a murder or plotting a scam, why not officials who are aiding them, who are providing them logistics, providing them cell phones, why aren't they facing the similar flag from the government?
What else did this person say? As far as the jail authorities are concerned, are these services available to everybody, anybody and everybody who can pay up the money? Is it done? Or is this available only to certain gangs? Are there calls that are made saying, iska khayal rakho, tumhara khayal hum rakhenge? Does this really happen? Because we've seen these kind of scripts on Reel. But
Very
this
correct.
gangster is saying it happens for real.
It does. So real and real are not much different. I spoke to him, how do you call a person who is outside even when you have a phone? So he said there's an entire team of their henchmen who work outside jail. Now, whenever a gangster decides to make an extortion call, his men find out who the target should be. Any person who has recently sold his property, who has earned 5 to 10 crore rupees from a property, from business or whatever thing he has got some good amount of money. That
Right.
person's cell phone number is they find out what the cell phone number is. Then that number is passed on, and the person outside, either he will call the gangster or the gangster calls him. Now the person to whom the extortion call is to be made, either he is taken on conference call so that the number directly is not traced, or he is taken on speaker phone. Also VoIP facilities are used, voice over internet protocol, so that the location of the call can be blanketed completely and it is not traced. Now indirectly they connect with the person who is to be extorted, so that the police, if the police tracks the call, they only track the person outside and not who was the target.
Right.
So that is how they are blanketing, and when the person, either if he agrees to pay, their work is done. If he does not agree to pay, then the shooters come in.
Right.
The shooters are paid 5,000, 10,000 rupees just to shoot, do some blank fires on a shop of a person or house. Or
Spook somebody. The
exactly.
idea is to spook them.
And they take 50,000 to 60,000 to actually shoot someone. When they say that, when they make up FIR or make a police complaint, then they are shot. And after that, when this entire game runs on fear psychosis. When this person is so much terrorized that he feels that the life of his family or he will not be spared, then they end up paying.
Yeah. Then they end up paying huge amounts of money, and then somewhere everybody gets a cut out of it. So that's how this entire extortion business is run. But these gangsters were also involved in compromising national security. They're working with foreign forces who want to destabilize the country and, of course, bleed this nation with a lot of cuts, ladies and gentlemen. And when that happens, so these abettors, these people who are aiding this lot, should they also not be tried in the same way? Should they also not be charged with the same charges? These are questions. And are there legal loopholes which are being exploited? We will talk about all of that with our experts. We have a former Delhi Police Commissioner also joining us after a very, very short break. Stay with us.